All right, gang. Welcome to a brand new series, a brand new challenge series. This is the challenge from Crustu and Rusty. A very difficult one. It's a very, very long challenge. I'm going to have to kind of explain it as we go along here. But basically, we are going to be playing on Zielonka. Now, this series, the main objective here is to try to make it go all the way until the next Farming Simulator game releases, which is probably going to be a bit, right? So that's the main objective here. We start with $500,000. We have a $250,000 loan we have to pay off. Now, the rules for this series, like I said, they're very complex. There's a 3-stage process here. But basically, long story short, the way that's going to work is each of those stages, we have to build a brand new farm on the map. So we have to have 3 farms on the map. And each of those farms must have at least one business focus. So, let's say, more than likely what we're going to do here in the first farm is we're going to do some greenhouse work. So let's say it's a greenhouse work. I can't put greenhouses on the second farm. Right? The second farm would have to be like, maybe it could be a milk farm, or maybe it could be a flower farm, or whatever. They all have to be separate, and whatever farm it is that you're building up, whichever one it is, they have to, work together to be able to put down the production, a business-focused type of production. So, we'll get into it a little bit more here as we go along, but we have we have $500,000 to start with, and that means we have to buy a plot and equipment with it. We have absolutely nothing to start with, so let's get started. We're going to purchase field 10 up here. I like this field. Pretty expensive, right? But I like it because it does come with a field on it. And then it has a bunch of area up here with just empty grassland for the most part. It's next to a lake. I don't know if we can get to this lake or not for water. I hope we can. But if we can't, we'll have to find somewhere else. But we're going to utilize this. And my focus for stage 1, like I said, we're going to get into it more, but my focus for stage 1 is going to be greenhouse productions, which we are then going to utilize those greenhouse products to utilize that for a business to sell. So more to go as we go along here. This is all going to be in the description. I told you it's not the easiest thing to explain, but it's all going to be in the description, so you can check it there. But long story short, let's get into kind of a little bit of the finite details to try to help maybe explain this a little bit more. I'm going to turn the time scale down to 2. We're got 15-minute autosave. Economic difficulty is on hard, so it's already going to be hard enough as it is. We're going to turn off the seasonal growth 1 day per month. I'm going to keep the fixed visual month to June. Snow's on, crop destruction's on, period plowing off. That's the only thing I'm turning off for the most part on the crops and growth. Everything else is going to be on. Dirt's fine. We want this to be off, but you can use that as your, at your discretion, right? It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to turn the fuel usage on low. That's pretty much the only thing I'm going to help myself out with. All the AI worker stuff, it's all going to be off. And yeah, so there you go. That's kind of what we're set up to do here. It's not easy by any means. The periodic plowing and then the low fuel usage is probably the only help I'm getting here. So we'll see how it goes. Those are the finite settings, and basically, a lot of what's going to be happening here is kind of mostly player's choice. They give you kind of a hint. It's like I said, it's in the description of where you should go, but mostly it's player's choice. So, to give you a rundown of the stages, so there's stage 1 to 3. You have to finish 3 farm builds. Each farm has to have a house, a silo, and 2 sheds. And then I already talked about it, but each farm has to have at least one business focus, but different than the other farms. So an example, like I said, was, the greenhouses, but you could do like dairy or grain or whatever. And each farm must own at least one production and or sell point that relates to that individual business focus, such as the dairy farm would own a dairy production or similar. Now, each farm can only supply their own business. So if I have 2 farms going, right? And I have the ability to take something from my second farm to take it back to the first farm to help it out, that's not possible. I'm not allowed to do that. So you have to be very specific, very business focused on whatever plot of land you're choosing here. So not going to be easy whatsoever. Another thing, if possible, it says each farm should try to build one buildable object. So, like a temple or like one of the covered wagons. We're going to do that. It's difficult, but we're going to do that. Now, what I will say is, while we're getting in here and trying to figure out what we're going to buy, what I will say is that we likely are not going to be running this series the entirety. We'll probably take partial breaks, right? And eventually, once we get a little bit more maps, you know, that are in Mod Hub, we have more than just 3 maps to start with. We probably will drop this series down to kind of a once-a-week situation, and then kind of let that run for a while, and then obviously take a break every once in a while. Probably once we complete, you know, stage 1 before we go to stage 2, we'll take a little bit of a break, and then go to stage 2, take a little bit of a break, etc. But it's going to be mostly at my discretion there. So let's get started here. Let's see. We definitely want a tractor. We're going to need one. We need a harvester more than anything first, though, I think. I don't want anything crazy expensive. We don't have a whole lot of money to play with here. It's probably going to be the exact same harvester we've been utilizing in the other series, because really, we have $356,000. We don't have a ton of money, so we need to be very cautious with our money, right? So it's probably going to be this one. We'll put Continentals on there. I don't really care about the license plate. Let's turn that off. Yeah. Well, you know what? Before I buy it, there is nothing really out here for us. Is that a hand tool? It is a hand mower. Huh. That might be useful. This tractor would be amazing to have, I think. Well, just like it's glitching out. It's not even populating. It's saying it has 26 horsepower. Weird. Anyway, nope, that didn't fix it either. That's weird. Anyway, we'll stick with the harvester here. We'll just go with this one. I just want to make sure that there wasn't a harvester out there in the used market, because that would be my luck, is I would purchase this and then there's one out in the used market. Now, a few more details. It says you can. I'm not going to allow leasing. I am going to allow contracts, though. And I'm not going to allow loans. So, it says player's choice, player's discretion for basically contracts, loans, and leasing. So, I'm going to allow contracts, but no loans and no leasing on this series. Alright, let's buy that. Down to 251. We're running out of money quickly here, gang. Alright, we need a header. Again, we're probably just going to get the cheapest one we can get. So it's going to be this guy. It's not a very big width, but that's fine. Down to 221. We need either a tractor with a trailer or, you know, some kind of truck with trailer. We're utilizing a truck with trailer already, so ideally I'd like to go with the tractor approach. Probably have to be a small tractor for now. We just don't have a ton of money. Look at that little guy. I don't know which one to pick here, though, gang. Lindeer. We can't really go too crazy here. I don't really know if I want to spend 100 grand at this point. Let me look at trailers first here. That's something we are going to need, because we're going to need to harvest that field at some point. I don't even know. It might be ready now. I don't know. Haven't gone up there and looked. I just, you know, was testing it out on other well, not other maps. I was just testing it out, you know, I had a test run, trial run before I went into here, just to see where I wanted to start at, and that's the plot I picked. I mean, maybe one of these small ones might be the way to go here, right? Because I could turn this into other kinds of trailers that might be, you know, helpful. It's not a very big trailer, though. I mean, I guess we're just going to have to go with it, right? What kind of color do we want here? I kind of like the black, I think. The jet black. Yep. And it's like a teal color. I don't really mind that. I think that's all right. I just like to change the bottom, and I don't think the red was as appealing to me, at least. I think that's our more traditional, you know, the green and the red's more traditional for farming equipment, but it wasn't really appealing to me very much, so let's buy that. $9,000. That's not too bad. Okay, gives us a little bit more room to play with. Since we're going to start with the greenhouse approach, though, we're going to need a water tank, and we need to make sure we have a little bit of money for all this. I don't know where the water tanks are. They weren't under trailers, so I don't know where they are now. Bear with me here for a minute, gang. We got to get used to all this again. It's got to be here, barrels, right? Yeah. So we've got one... Man, these are expensive. Whew. I think we're going to have to go with this guy. It's expensive, but we're going to have to go with it. Puts us down to 195. Man, we're running out of money quickly here. This is not good. So we really need to keep... we're also going to need a drill. Oh, man, we're in trouble. We're in trouble already. And the drill we're going to get needs to be a direct drill. Oh, boy. Here it is. $46,000, and that has to have 140 horsepower. I mean, that's the cheapest one, so that's the one we're going to have to go with, right? Ooh. This is hurting. This is hurting bad. I'd have to get a cultivator if I used that one. How much is a cultivator? The John Deere one is 9,500. It's not really saving us any money. I think the direct drill is the way to go here. I mean, that width is terrible. 3 meters? Oof. That's so bad. All right, well, we got to go with it. We don't have to buy it, so we might as well buy it, right? Man. We're in bad shape here. Okay. 140 horsepower. Nope, wrong one. 140 horsepower. It's going to take all of our money. This is going to take up every bit of money we have here. Oh, no. I'm not even sure we're going to be able to put down a greenhouse at this point. I'm going to hope that that is ready to harvest and we get some money out of it. Oof. Oof. I mean, I think I'm going to have to go with one of these, right? 143 horsepower. This is the ideal situation. It leaves us with $45,000 basically. It's not a ton of money. Hopefully we can get a greenhouse or two going with that, though. I do love Adultsfar, but we are utilizing Adultsfar in the other series, so I kind of like to change it up. So maybe we go with this. Is that Same? Is that what it's called? Same? I've never heard of this tractor brand. Okay, well, we'll go with this one, I guess. Michelin's. I mean, I really would love to put some weights on here. We just really can't afford that right now. I can't even put a front loader on it. I can't do any of that. Let's put a license plate on the tractor. That's the only one we're going to do license plate on. Oh, no. Change. How do I... Oh, maybe it won't let me. It doesn't let me go there. Oh, it only lets me change those 4. Okay, well, then I'll just turn the license plate off. I was going to do Zorch 1, right? But we'll just turn it off. All right, so this is what we're going to go with in this Virtus 135 RV Shift. 143 horsepower. It does what we need. We'll take it. All right, we got $45,620 to our name. That is not a lot of money. Let me, well, I'll tell you what. Let's drive up there together the first time, and then I'll get the rest of everything up here after that. Let's take, what do we want to take? Let's take the water basin. All right, off we go. Now, it is far away. It's not terribly far, but it is far away. Now, I don't know what the fastest way to get there. I should look at the map really quick. I was going to take the main roads, but there's probably a faster way than the main roads. Come on, save. Hurry up. Yeah, if we just cut up this road right here, it's just a straight shot right to us. I was just going to go down here to the main road and come up here, but let's just go down this this side road here. This thing's not bad. It's got a little power to it. It's not bad. Goes pretty quick, pretty fast. Very helpful. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. It was, I know it was a lot of word vomiting there at the beginning, trying to explain what we were doing, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. It's, there's a lot to this challenge. It's definitely going to be pushing my boundaries for sure. Especially since we have to kind of try to run it all the way until the next game comes out. I'm just modifying it slightly to say we're going to take breaks here and there. So when we played this on FS25, I really didn't like this map. Initially, I was like, oh, this map is going to be great. It does look like they did make some modifications to it. Now, it's minor. The map itself, the fields and everything are still pretty much the same, but it doesn't look so gloomy anymore. I don't even know if that makes sense. But here we go. This is our plot. I'm sorry, I just drove right past it. So there's our little crop field. It's not a big crop field, and it looks like it's not in the greatest of shape, but it does look like it is ready to harvest. So that will help us out a little bit, getting a little bit of that money back. Although it is August, so we don't. It's not the best time to sell it, but we're just gonna have to sell it outright. We really can't afford putting down a silo and then still put down greenhouses. I'm driving back here because I'm hoping I can somehow. No, I can't. Damn. Well, that really sucks. There's an invisible wall. Man. I was really hoping I was going to be able to sneak over there and grab some of that water. Well, that puts us in a bit of a pickle here. There is no water anywhere near us, so we are going to have to put down some kind of a water tower or something that we can get water out of, which is probably going to cost us money, which is not ideal at all. That, or we're going to have to drive. I mean, the closest water is either... I guess it's here or here. This one they may not even let you take because it may not be our land or whatever. Oh, never mind. It looks like it does go around. I really wish they would move that pop-up. That is not in the most ideal spot. It does look like you could drive into that one, but this one also looks like, because you can't buy anything on this one, so this one you probably definitely could. Well, I guess we'll figure it out. But that's unfortunate. So let me get everything back here, and we'll get started here on this challenge. And it looks like they put a big red X up on that one. We'll see if we can start harvesting that field and maybe make some money out of it. All right, I got everything else back there. We are going to need to fill this up. Now, this doesn't have fertilizer, which is even worse. We're going to have to buy some kind of fertilizer spreader, too. Oh, man, this is... we don't even think we have enough to buy a fertilizer spreader right now. Man, this challenge is killing me already. We haven't even started. We haven't even begun. Here we go, fertilizer spreader. So this is going to be 25 grand. We might have to wait on the fertilizer spreading, if I'm honest with you. We might have to try to sell some of that wheat and make some money. But still, we need to buy some seeds. So let's get some seeds here. I don't really know how much this stores. Does it tell me? Maybe if I go back to the seeder, maybe it'll tell me. 3,000 liters. Yeah. I don't think I need to buy 3,000 liters of seeds with that one little field we have right now. I'll buy 2,000 liters of seeds and we'll call it there. Because that's expensive anyway, right? So, where? Oh, they're there. I was going to say, where'd they go? Now there is something I didn't really look at. I'm gonna try. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm gonna try it. There's like a little bit of a very rocky, tiny stream that's kind of leading away from that pond that we were attempting to try to get water out of up there by our land. I'm gonna try it. I do not expect it to work at all, but I will try it. If it does, I will be shocked, and that'll be great. But I don't think it will. So if it doesn't. Well, we're going to have to figure something out, I guess, with the water tower like I talked about, right? I don't even know how expensive they are. I hope they might not even be in the game yet. I hope they are. I guess the only positive from all this is maybe eventually, once some more stuff starts to show up on Mod Hub, because there's really nothing out there yet, maybe at that point there will be something for water tanks of some sort. This is the little creek I'm talking about. See, it's got some water in it. I just don't know if it's actually going to be able to get any water into our tank or not. So I left our harvester right here because obviously we're going to harvest that field up. It's, again, not a very big field. We can expand it. We'd have to buy a plow of some sort. Or maybe a cultivator, but I don't think they have the allow create fields on all of the standard cultivators. I think I need to wait for a mod to come out for that. But I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So a plow is another expense, and a cultivator as well. But yeah, so we'll have to see about that. Let's see if we can get any water out of that creek. If we can get water out of that creek, it's going to save us so much money and time. If we cannot, then I guess we'll have to go into construction pretty much immediately here and see how much a water tower is, or a water tank, or whatever. This really doesn't look promising to me. Yeah, this isn't going to work. I could have told you that already, but you know, I wanted to try it. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything here. I wonder if there's anywhere, if I follow this creek, just bear with me for a minute here, gang. I wonder if I follow this creek anywhere, if there's a bigger, I mean, it's not even really a creek, it's just like a runoff stream, really. It's not, there's not anywhere that has like a bigger puddle or small pond at all that I'm seeing as we run down this path here. So yeah, we're kind of screwed already with water. Nope, can't get it anywhere. Damn. Well, that sucks. Damn. Okay, well, I guess what we're gonna have to do here, I'm just following the creek or the stream here. I guess what we're gonna have to do then is buy a water tower. Yeah, I mean we're driving too far now. To do this every time, that's not good enough. It's not sufficient. So, let me get down to the lake here. I'm just gonna fill it up since we're already halfway towards it, and then after that point, we're just gonna have to do the water tower. Alright, we got a full water. It wasn't a terrible drive, but to do this over and over again, once we get a lot of greenhouses, it's not going to be ideal. We probably can handle it, manage it for a couple of greenhouses, but early on, hopefully by then we'll have a little bit more money rolling in, I hope. Fingers crossed, but yeah, so there you go. Alright, well, given the understanding that I can't really go over there, now I kind of want to change my plan here. So, let's see, we want greenhouses. I wanted to build this big one. I'm not sure if that's the smartest idea now. It would take up a lot of our money, if not all of it. But it probably would produce a lot more for us, though. I think I'm going to. I'm going to do something else really quick here. Just bear with me for a minute here. Get to the right thing there, Z. I want to turn the zone markers on so I can actually see what's going on here. I think I have kind of everything in the way. Let me move everything out of the way here. I kind of want to put it up towards the road here. I think that makes more sense. And then, you know, as we expand, obviously we can keep them going towards the creek there, or the stream or whatever. Or runoff, whatever. And that's disappointing that is not. I'm not able to get the water out of there. There's clearly water in there, but I mean I guess it makes sense. There's no way it would be able to fill up that big tank. Damn. This tractor's not bad though. I do like it. It works well. Got a good top speed and everything. It's good for the sizes that we have currently. Okay. So let's go into construction here. Where do they even spawn? Where do the pallets spawn at? Can I see that? I mean, I don't even see where they would spawn at. I see where you can obviously drop the water, but maybe they don't spawn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, George. I don't know. Boom. Okay, let's go take a look at it. Hopefully it didn't cause too much mayhem on the ground here. Probably did. With my luck. Probably did. It's not terrible, I guess. I would love to do the glass ones. We just really couldn't afford those. So we've got chili peppers, garlic, lettuce, Napa cabbage, spring onions, strawberries, and tomatoes we can choose from. Right now, these are all probably just going to be put on automatic selling because we need the money. So these are production chains. I guess you could buy these, or you can take them there and make stuff. Piano factory, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't see anything specifically for peppers, though. I was kind of wanting to do, I think, chili peppers here. But I guess I could turn all of them on. Activate. Activate. I mean, I don't know if that's a smart idea or not, but how do I change? There we go. I guess we leave it on storing for now, I guess. Let's do chili peppers and garlic for now. Let's see. I mean, we might add all of them, I guess, but let's just do that for now. And they do spawn over here, so that's good to know for the future, I guess. Kind of expected them to, but you never know. You just never know. What is this? Can I do anything with that? No. I think it's just the tarp. I think it's just the open air tarp thing. You can roll it down. I think that's what that is. So let's get back in the tractor here. Let's get the water tank, and we can unload into that. It's not going to be full because I saw how much it would hold, and it's significantly more than what this tank has. But I'm kind of hopeful that maybe it doesn't chew through water as much as other things. I mean, 528 cycles per month and 720 cycles per month. I mean, it probably is going to, but so I probably put it just slightly a little bit too close here to the road. It's because it made that awkward little hill here. I don't know if I'll be able to smooth that out. Well, clearly I'm not going to spend the money on smoothing it out right now. We're just going to have to suffer with it, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. You know what? I'm going to put them on selling. I'm just going to put them on selling for now. We can start storing them whenever we get a production. We're not going to have a production for quite a while. There's just no way. We don't have the money for it. I'm going to try one more thing, even though I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to try one more thing. Yeah, I was going to say, I bet it still doesn't come out far enough, and it doesn't. So, damn. I was hopeful. Nothing. Okay, well, there you go. There's that. Well, there's the first Z fail, I guess, right here on this series. So there you go. We're always going to have one somewhere. I think something's going to work, and it doesn't end up working. I think this is slightly different than the one we have in the other series. I mean, do we want to drop, or we just... I mean, we don't even have a thing to pick up the straw. So, I mean, I guess we're just gonna chop it. There's no reason not to at this point, I think, right? I mean, there might be something out there for $6,000, but that would put us in a bad spot because we've got the loan, right? We've got to pay for that loan every month. I'm hoping the greenhouse approach here is going to be helpful to us, because I'm hoping that it will allow us to make a little bit of money and hopefully offset the cost of that loan. That loan is going to be very painful here early on. So let's get this going here. Let's get this done. It's obviously not the best yielding field here, but it didn't come with the field we bought, so it is just free money. So let's go ahead and get this harvested. I'm tempted to leave it in the harvester if it can hold the whole thing. If it can't, then I guess we'll have to sell it. So we're definitely going to be able to hold it into the harvester here, but I think we're probably going to have to sell it. And the reason why is because we're going to have to do some kind of a contract, gang. There's just no way. We can't afford to get a fertilizer spreader. We really need that. More than anything, we need the fertilizer spreader to actually, turn a profit here on the harvests themselves. So I just don't see any way around it. We're going to probably have to sell the oat at a discounted price. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, if we would have taken the harvester and, did a contract beforehand, then, that's one thing. But is there anything... Well, there's not even anything out there right now to harvest. There's hoeing and rock removal. That would be kind of cool. I haven't done that yet. Spraying, stone picking, wood transportation. Guy's kind of looking like me. Okay. So, yeah, there's a couple things here to do. The fertilizing contracts are great. I feel like I'm going to be doing that a lot, at least early on in a lot of these different series that we're running, because I love fertilizing. So, I guess everything can stay in the harvester here for now. It's not ideal, really. We need to have some kind of cover for it, but the game allows it to happen. So we're just gonna hold on to it. Similar to what we did in the recent episode of the maze challenge, so the farm maze challenge. So we'll put that like that for now. We'll put that away, I guess, for now. So I guess some of those fertilizing contracts and stuff, we're just gonna have to. I guess we're just gonna have to borrow equipment. There is one fertilizer you can buy, but it only holds 300 liters. There's no way. We can do that and try to do those contracts. There's just no way. Maybe potentially our field. It would take a couple of times, but maybe. Yeah, it's not the most ideal situation for us here. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. All right, so we have wheat in here. What do we want? Long grain rice. I don't really know what I'm doing with some of that yet, so I don't really think I want to do that yet. Okay, so they don't have soybeans in here anymore. So they moved that into the planter, which I think makes kind of more sense, but spinach, all that stuff, I don't know. Can our harvester even harvest any of that? See, I don't know any of this stuff yet. There's soybeans, rice, it can. I mean, it can't do spinach. At least I don't think it can. Let's do canola. It's a long-growing crop. You know what? Actually, we don't want to do canola. It's August. Let's be smart about this, Z. Let's try to plan this out. So, where's sorghum at? Sorghum's not even in here anymore. I mean, really, we want to put oat back in at this point. Oat's one of the faster growing. I mean, maybe it's not in this game. It was in the last one. One of the faster growing crops, and it's August, so we kind of want a fast growing crop here. $9 mph is a pretty good speed here for the drill. It's not a good width. It's going to take us a long time to get this done, but that is a decent speed. So might not be as bad as I was initially thinking since it goes so fast. We're used to going to like 6. Now, I don't know if I can buy that area right over there or not. That would be ideal. It has a grain silo. It's got a nice little house, a little bit of storage. I need to look at that. I don't know if I can buy that or not, but if I could, that would be great. That would be a great start to building out an actual farm and a yard and stuff. It's probably expensive. We certainly can't buy it anytime soon, but that's an ideal location right there. We can keep our greenhouses up here, maybe expand this field, like I said, a little bit. The rest of it can be greenhouses. That's what we need, is that over there. I'm going to, when I get up here to the end, I'm going to put it on a worker for a brief period. I don't want to put it on a worker for very long because they don't have a whole lot of money, but put a worker on a brief moment because I want to see if that's possible to buy that. I doubt it. I highly doubt it, but if it is, man, that's a huge... It's a huge surprise. Nice surprise. That's something we could work towards for sure. Don't really have anywhere to sleep right now. We're just kind of sleeping in the tractor, but could be worse. Could be worse. So I really don't know what the worker's going to do here. I hope that this is the correct pathing for them. Okay, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? I have no idea what they're doing. Whatever they're doing is not what I want them to do, so I'm going to get down here to the end again. Bear with me for a second here. I wonder if it's because there's this small amount of straw here. Probably need to do another headland pass. There's not a whole lot of room to turn around there because of those trees and that telephone pole. Alright, let's see if this works. See if that's what it was. What are you doing? Now I gotta watch and see what they're doing because I'm very confused. What are you doing? I am very, very confused by what's happening right now. What? What are you doing? Okay, well, while that moron's doing whatever they're doing, you can buy this. Holy smokes, we cannot buy it. That is $893,000. Oh my goodness, $893,000. I mean, it's a decent-sized field. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the biggest field in the world. It's just because it has this really big house, the grain silo, and a couple storage areas, huh? Yeah, I didn't think it would let me open it, but it was worth a shot. Well, that's not gonna happen. It's like they won't go to the very end for some reason. That is weird. Okay, well, we'll take over. Whatever. That's bizarre. Guess we're gonna have to do this drilling here. There's no way around it, unless I was to do 3, 4 headland passes, I guess, with this thing. That's the only other way, I think. Damn. Okay, well, let's get to it, gang. There's nothing else I can really do, so we'll throw a bit of a time lapse here, get this done, and move it on. Alright, we are all done here with the drilling, gang. Gonna have to figure out some way to fertilize this thing, but we're done with the drilling. Let's take a look and see. We need, realistically, at least 20 grand. 21 grand probably is really what we're looking for here to be successful and get the fertilizer spreader that actually makes sense. So if we get out of this really quick, and let's just... Oh, I forgot to turn it off. If we just look at the market here, still nothing out there, unfortunately. Still doesn't fix that. That's still screwed up. It's 2,000 for this one. We can do it. But man, is it... We really want this one. The only thing we could try to do is maybe go the path of buying this one for now. But then if we do that, it really doesn't make a difference for any kind of contracts, because there's no way, unless it's a tiny field, there's no way we could do it. So it would be, pointless. We'd be driving back and forth tons and tons and tons just to do it. There is a small field right next to us, actually, that we could harvest right now. Wouldn't make us a ton of money, but we could do it. Let's do it. We'll sell the oat at a not a good price, unfortunately, but we'll do it. I think it's worth it. I do. Gotta get used to this menu still. Let me see how bad it is. I would suspect it's the worst it can be right now. Yep. But it only fluctuates by about 200. That's not terrible. Where we're selling it at is far away. Let's sell it, gang. Let's sell it. Before we lose that contract, let's make sure we pick it up. Harvest the field and take the product to the specified selling station, which is relatively far away. Okay. It looks like the best place to sell the oat here is at the train station, but that will cost us money to rent the train, and probably not enough. We are kind of close to the train station, though. Man, this is... turning on that was terrible. I know that wasn't me. We might have to make 2 trips here. I don't know if that expansion we did on the trailer or not is going to be enough to unload this entire thing. Alright, it was. Perfect. I thought I saw the oat was still going up at the train station, so, I mean, we're probably not going to make a ton more money, but if it is going up, which it is, maybe we hold off for a few minutes. Maybe we do that harvest of that field. I suspect we'll be able to put the whole harvest, because it's not a very big field. It's smaller than this field, and we were able to put the whole thing in. But this field was very weeded up. I don't know how this field is. Let's give it a shot. Let's attempt and see if we can harvest that field and hold on to our oat for just a few more minutes here, and maybe it goes up an extra $1 and we make an extra buck off of it. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we're underway. Very, very small field here. Will be no problem to put all this in here. Even though it looks like it's a really good yield, it'll be no problem. We'll be able to fit this in here. Easy. Easy, easy peasy. But even with getting $700 from this and maybe a tiny bit of extra, because you always get a little, well, I don't know if it's the same in this game, but in FS25, you always got a little bit of extra when you were harvesting and doing a contract, right? They gave you a little bit of extra income with that harvest. It's not going to be enough to get us to $25,000, let's put it that way. So we're still in the same boat, I guess. Excuse me, same boat. Yeah, I mean, we're still in the same situation where we're going to either have to buy that small one, or just not fertilize it. At least not do the first application of fertilizer, and hope we can figure out some money between now and then for the next one, but that's really going to depend on contracts more than anything. Because while we have that greenhouse and it's nice, it's not going to make us $25,000 overnight. It's just not possible. This is a nice small field. That's something to look at look at buying soon. Only 58,000. Look at the rendering in the background. I was talking about this in the other series, the maze, the farm maze series, which I'm loving that. Check that out if you have yet to do so. Seems like they might have rushed a little bit on the rendering, at least for console players. I don't know if you're getting the same effect or not on PC, but I've seen that happen a couple of times now. So hopefully there's an update soon to fix all that up and remove the issue of some of the textures rendering in the background. Alright, this field's almost done. One thing we can do, which I didn't really think about until now, I've done this before in FS25 many times. Bit cheaty, I guess, to a certain extent, but we could just take the product and drop it off in the train silo and just hold it in the train silo until, you know, December, whatever. We could do that. That is an option. And I think it's an option we're going to potentially take. So let's go to the train yard, which is going to be over here. Rent train. Sawmill. Okay. Well, let's just drive over there. I don't. I guess straight left, and then just basically just follow that meandering around, and we should get to the train station. Yeah, we should be able to hold this in there. I don't see any reason why. I didn't see anything in the rules from Crust2 or Rusty that says that that can't be done. Just a little bit of a loophole I'm going to try to utilize here, I think. Although we could really probably use the money right now. It's not going to get us to 25,000 no matter what we do. There's 5,000 liters of oat here. Oat's not worth tons of money anyway, so we're not going to get there no matter what. Look at this big windmill we're coming up to. When we did Zielonka on FS25, we were way down on the other end. We didn't even come up here at all. I like that. That's cool. So I figured since we started down there and we really didn't like it, let's start at the top here and see what happens. It does look better. It's the same exact map. I mentioned this earlier, right? It's the exact same map as FS25. They just made some minor upgrades to graphical enhancements. Obviously, rendering issues. Rendering issues aside, they still made upgrades, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here's the train. So where do we put, ooh, maybe there's not, Oh, maybe there's not, a place to put it anymore. That's the renting the train, I think, right? So where do you... That makes me a little nervous here, gang. As much as I would like to do it, I'm thinking that there is... Well, it can't be. This is a raised area, obviously, but the train's still going to be... So maybe this train station you cannot... Whoa. Hold on a minute. Let's tag it. It's down here. It's this one down here. It's this one. It's this one. Grain pool east. It's that one. This one doesn't have the grain pool, so we have to go a little bit further down. But that's okay. That's not too far out of the way. I'm gonna leave the menu on for just a second here. Just bear with me. New game, They modified some of the controls. Most of them are the same, but they did make a few changes that I'm still trying to get used to, and I know others are as well. I recently watched, I think it was the very first episode of Crustu's challenge on this one. And there goes the train. I hope I didn't rent it on accident. I don't think I did. Anyway, I was watching his episode and I saw that he was having some issues with the buttons too, or it might have been his standard Let's Play. I don't remember, but he was having some issues too. Either way. Here we go. Yeah, so we should be able to just sit here and store this. Yeah, the train kept going, so I didn't rent it. Okay, good. Alright, so there. We can just leave it there and store it, and if we need to sell it, it's there, right? It's already at the train station. The train station is going to give us more money anyway. It normally does. And it's still going up in price, so... Actually, it's not giving us the most. The farmer's market actually is giving us more right now. Well, oh well. Too late now, it's over there. So, I mean, I can unload it again if I have to, but... we'll leave it be. So let me turn off all this. I'll get back there. We'll get... Oh, how did that happen? We'll get the harvester unloaded, get that product sold, make ourselves probably about $700-800, $900 really, because $700 for the contract, $800-900, and then go from there. We did make a little money at 11 o'clock. See, we're up to 7,000, so we're selling some product there from the greenhouse, so that's good. We're making some money. So if I could bring back, you know, like bags of fertilizer, then I probably would go with that little smaller fertilizer spreader, right? I probably would. But since we can't, you know, a front loader, I don't have anything that I can pick up those bags with, we really can't do that right now. So I think we're just going to have to suffer and move on to the next month and just kind of carry on here. Hopefully we can find some more contracts that we can actually do with the equipment we currently own until we get to that point, because right now this is all we can do. We can harvest. That's pretty much it. Water stuff, but there's no contract for watering. Oh, that would be kind of a different, you know. Here's some more harvesting stuff, actually. There's some more stuff to harvest here. They're not really close to us, so I think we're going to hold off on them, even though those are, it's a nice amount of money. That's a good chunk of change. This episode's getting pretty long as it is anyway. So we want to take these to... Okay, so straight down, hang a right, and then straight down, and then a left. Okay. Alright. Let's go take care of it. I think that's that one flashing, yeah, because I turned the train off. So that's the one flashing. Okay. Alright. Well. Or maybe it's not, actually. No, it is. Alright, we're good. Let's take it there. That actually is very helpful that they pop that up there on the screen now. You probably could figure out a way to turn it off, I'm sure, but until we kind of... I mean, we kind of know the southern half of Zielonka, but until we get to know the rest of these maps, that's going to be pretty useful, I think. Alright, we're pulling up here. The Wolzenak? Wolzenak? I don't know. And there you go. We got an extra $171 out of it, so just under $1,000 for doing that. It's not terrible. Before I forget, let's go ahead and collect this. Puts us up to $7,910. And gang, we're going to leave the episode there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. There's more videos in the corners for you to check out if you're interested. And until next time, we'll catch you all in the next episode.